TechZulu people out there and viewers. We are live here, live here at South by Southwest. I'm with Mark Johnson of Zite. We just had our Bloody Marys and vodka on the rocks taken away from us because the hangover breakfast is over now. However, Mark, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here at South by.
Well, I'm here mainly with CNN. We got bought by CNN last year in August, so hanging out at the CNN Grill, which is really awesome. They basically take over a restaurant and do all sorts of cool stuff there. There's bands that play, there's food, there's panels, there's all sorts of stuff that goes on. So I'm going to be hanging out mainly there, but also, you know, kicking around, looking at other startups and seeing what else is going on at South by Southwest.
That's awesome. And for all you those out there who are at South by, or maybe not, it's got a very beautifully lit neon-colored sign right on the corner of the building. So, Mark, what exactly are you going to be doing at the lounge? Just hanging out, or are you going to be talking to some startups, kind of showing off Zite? What exactly are you going to be doing there?
Yeah, you know, I'm always peddling Zite. Lots of people with iPhones and iPads should be using Zite, so I always try to sell that. But also, I just like to see what's going on in the startup world, and there's so many interesting startups here. It's fun to sort of get your finger on the pulse of what's going on. Even though I'm in San Francisco, you don't get a chance sometimes to sit back and watch all the startups go by you. So I'm excited to meet some new people and see what's going on here.
That's awesome. So for those of you out there who have not checked out Zite yet, it is pretty exciting. Mark has just given me a demo. I've played with it before. It's really exciting, and we'll do a demo here in a few minutes. But first, Mark, tell us a little bit about Zite and kind of what it is and what people can expect as we show them the demo here.
Sure. Zite's a personalized iPad magazine. So basically, and iPhone, it gets smarter as you use it. So as you read stories, we'll figure out the kinds of things you like and the things you don't like and try to deliver you more of it. So unlike a lot of magazines, we look at millions of articles a day. And from those millions of articles, categorize them into sections and then try to figure out in those sections the things that you're most likely to read. So my tech section is going to look different than your tech section just because we have different personal tastes and interests.
So how do you gather what our interests may be? Is it a selection process where I can click a few categories? Do we link up any social accounts? Tell us a little bit about how the process begins as we know that it evolves later on.
So we start off looking for things like your Twitter account, maybe your Google Reader account. These are basically places where you said, hey, those are the kinds of things that I like to read. And then you can select some sections and say, hey, you know, I'm interested in technology, I'm interested in gadgets, I'm interested in astronomy, one of my favorite sections. And then from there, as you read stories, we'll get smarter. So we'll look at the kinds of things you like to read. You know, what subjects are they about? Who are they written by? What source do they come from? How long are they? All sorts of different aspects of the articles themselves that give us a lot of indications as to the things you like and the things you don't like.
Very nice. So as you're a fan of astronomy there, what did you think about these solar flares that happened a couple days ago? Did you experience anything wild and crazy maybe on your flight here or with the cell service, even though we are at South by where the cell service is battery draining in about 5 minutes? So, but what did you think about the solar flares?
It was pretty exciting. I mean, my astronomy section is usually populated with cool things like, you know, new planets being discovered that are in the habitable zone and things like that. You know, lots of cool things going on with us sending up probes to places in the solar system. But that was definitely very, very exciting. I love things like that get people interested in astronomy because on a day-to-day basis, you don't worry about it. But then all of a sudden, there's a big solar flare and, you know, Northern Lights goes wild and, you know, people get excited. So I like stuff like that because it keeps people reminded that science is important.
That's awesome. All right, so let's take a quick demo through Zite here and show everybody out there. We're gonna switch cameras here, so let's wait for our behind-the-scenes men over here to get this set up.
So this is the startup screen here, and I was thinking you should probably plug in your Twitter handle.
Oh, Mark,
yeah.
Mark, you're so kind. Let's do this. All right, Twitter handle. All right, so we click Twitter handle is in. Yep. Let's click next.
Now, if we're really smart and if you've actually used your Twitter handle, we should be able to build you automatically a magazine with sections that are appropriate for you.
This is beautiful, and I apologize for any information that may be displayed. I'm not sure what's going to happen here, so
it could be dangerous.
This could be dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's walk me through my profile here and kind of show everybody what to expect.
So basically, this is first startup. So we've added some sections based on your Twitter profile that we think are appropriate for you. So you can wander through your sections and look at the kinds of things that we selected for you, or you can go back and customize and add We have a bunch of like top sections that you might be interested, and then a really, really long tail of sections. We have over 2,000 sections in Zite that you might be interested in, like astronomy, cosmology, nanotechnology, just a really wide variety of things that you can add.
And so can I add in, because we have the enter your own section here, can I add in a website, or is that more of just a category that I can add in?
So far, we've stuck to just straight up categories. Instead of, the problem with RSS is you add 100 websites, 100 RSS feeds, and then you look at your RSS reader and think, shit, what should I read? And I think that's what we really love about Zite, is that you never have to think, what should I read? We just try to put it all in one place for you and make it as easy as humanly possible.
This is exciting. Apparently my Zite looks beautiful. There's no inappropriate information. We are good. All right.
On the other hand.
Yeah. Mark's on the other hand, totally wild and crazy. Let me tell you. All right, so Mark, so let's keep going and let's keep showing everybody what's going on here.
So if you click into an article, we put in this lovely little reader mode, so very easy to read, very fast, very optimized for the tablet. And we can also give us more information about whether you like it or not. So if you like the article or don't like the article, if you give us an explicit thumbs up or thumbs down, we'll learn very quickly from the kinds of things you like. And you never have to give us feedback. Just clicking on an article tells us that you must have liked something about it, but you can give us more feedback. And also tell us what authors you like, what subjects you like, then lots of sharing options down below.
So I'm sure the personalization, the ability to say yes or no if you like something, or kind of choosing some more of these options, helps the app kind of evolve to see more of what I'd like than just using my Twitter feed or Google Plus feed. Is that correct? Or
absolutely. I mean, at this point, Zite knows me really, really well. I love this example that I'm really into. I like to drink. I like taxidermy, and I was going to Paris. And what do you know? There was this bar in Paris that was opening that had a bunch of taxidermy when I was going to Paris. And like, wow, like that kind of selection was meant only for me, pretty much. And yet Zite was able to find it. And I just think things like that are so cool. There's amazing serendipity when you think about the intersection of your bizarre interests.
Well, Mark, I mean, we obviously know that we have the commonality of drinking, definitely. And so far, Zite seems to know me pretty well with these sections. I mean, business, entrepreneurship, social media, technology, business planning, Los Angeles, where we're based. So I mean, it's doing a fine job looking at this here.
So one of my favorite sections is wine and mixology. I have a bar at my house, about 150 bottles of liquor. If you're ever in San Francisco, please stop by. I'll pour you some great vodka. And it's just great. Like, I go here every day and I learn so much about what's going on in the world. I mean, one of the things I really love about Zite is it's a place where you can really geek out. Like, it's not just about reading my technology news. I mean, Lord, I get that every day, 24/7. But here's where I come and I read astronomy, I read wine and mixology, I educate myself about, nanotechnology. Like, it's a really cool place to sit down and geek out before bed or when you get up in the morning.
Mark, this is a really exciting application here. And so now that we've kind of given everybody a tour here, let's talk a little bit more about kind of where you're going next and where Zite's going and what you guys are up to.
Sure. I mean, it's really exciting to have been bought by CNN. I mean, it's a real pat on our backs to say that we created a great product. But the question is now, what do we do with it? So this year we're focusing a lot on new devices. So once you've tasted personalization somewhere, you really want it everywhere. We're also looking at improving our recommendations. I mean, just like Google's bread and butter is their search results, our bread and butter is delivering you awesome recommendations. And we're also learning from our users. I mean, we've got lots of users using the application every day now. So, how can we advance the interface and change things to make your reading experience more pleasurable and more exciting? So there's a lot going on right now. So it's pretty exciting at Zite.
That's awesome. Well, Mark, thank you again for coming in and stopping by while you're on your ventures here at South by Southwest. And I hope we can continue our cocktail here during our break and talk a little bit more. But tell us, is there anything else that you want to mention to everybody out there about Zite? Or
I mean, the thing about Zite is you got to download it. I mean, it's one of those things where personalized news just isn't interesting until it's yours. So I really encourage you to download it, try it out, and let us know what you think.
Great. Well, Mark, thank you again very much. And guys, we'll be back here in a little bit with another interview. But for right now, this is Kyle signing off with Mark, and we're going to go enjoy our Bloody Marys and vodka on the rocks. So everyone go out there and download Zite and check it out.